Hey everybody, welcome to episode, what is this, 7?
7.
Of the Hey Quick Question podcast. It's your host, Stephen A. Teasley, with my good old friend, Captain Pitts.
Wait a minute.
Here we have our brand new guest, Samurai Black, aka Samara.
Good.
Say hi to the people.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Now, what's your handle for the lovely people to find you on after they finish this great episode we have ahead of them?
My Instagram?
Yeah, anything. Any social medias you want to give out?
My Instagram is Samara, SAMARA, KAY _.
Mm-hmm.
Samara K. That's it.
We hope the people at Congo are very nice to you. On today's lovely topic discussion, we're going to start off with something nice and simple. Getting meated.
That's not simple at all. You're
simple
lying.
at all. First things first, we want to explain this to the listeners. Have you ever wondered what it's like to go down to Miami, go to a nice fancy restaurant, and have a ethnically ambiguous chef feed you some steak, looking you in the eyes deep into your mouth?
Is he really ambiguous, or did you not feel like...
I don't remember is what that means.
Mm.
So, we all know who Salt Bae is. Famous internet chef guy. Sprinkles the salt down. King Batch's favorite guy.
Loves him.
Very famous. Has a restaurant in Miami. And pretty expensive. All the rich people go there. And they go down there for one specific real reason. To let this man chop up some steak. Under-seasoned. Very dry. And cuts it up. Puts it on a little knife. Picks it up. Makes eye contact with you. Tells you to open up. Here comes the choo-choo train.
Trains are coming.
Trains are coming. And slips it right down into your gullet.
Or they just go for a nice meal.
They go for a nice meal.
Two options.
I don't know what the restaurant's called. I've never heard anybody say anything actually about the restaurant. Except for the experience of that. I haven't heard a single review about how good the food was. Also, I haven't looked into it too well, but all the social media reaction to it is about this man putting food into people's mouths or people not allowing him to do that. I haven't heard a single thing about their salads.
So, deep-throating unseasoned meat.
Well, under-seasoned, not unmeat. But I would say...
if it's under-seasoned or not. Just because you put salt on it doesn't mean it's under-seasoned.
I was going to say, well, like, I've seen that. I'm not, like, a huge steak fan. Steak is cool, but, like, I don't think it's, like, God's earth. Like, God's gift to earth, you know what I mean?
But you also admitted that you didn't do any research on it.
On his steaks?
On his restaurant, period.
No, I looked at the steaks.
So you're slandering
I looked at his food.
You're slandering the man. You didn't try it. You're slandering him.
I looked at his food.
Your schmeat.
I looked at his schmeat and I said, there's not this kind of schmeat I want to eat. But for the low price of, $1,000 or so, you could get some gold-plated steak chopped up and cut by his truly and have that food fed to you.
Dripped in your mouth.
Dripped into your mouth. Now, that is part of the experience. Okay? Now,
I refuse to believe that.
I
think people are asking for that to happen. They requested.
You think people are going in there requesting for it?
I think after he did it to King Batch, or however he pronounced his name, King Bitch.
I was gonna make the joke, but I was like, "Man, what if King Batch listens to this? I can't ruin that connection."
I don't mind him. It's just a joke. Anyway, he's a comedian, ain't he?
Lighthearted fun.
Yeah, just, bitch. Look at you.
Hey, mind if I get this ice cream?
I think after that happened, people just been questioning it. Maybe.
Okay. Fair
Steve
enough.
Harvey did it.
Steve Harvey.
Serious Steve Harvey.
Lots of famous celebrities have gone there and gotten food fed to them in that same way. A lot of people have gone there and denied it. Now, I believe we are all on record together, me, my co-host, our guest, saying that is
sexy,
very intimate, while also being not gay, right? There's nothing gay about getting meated, right? We can all agree with that.
There's nothing gay about a man in a tight white shirt and sunglasses dripping some meat into your mouth.
Sometimes,
you put the chair
sometimes
it's their life.
I want to correct you. Sometimes it's a very tight black shirt. Let's
shit, you got me.
Diversify. Yeah, you got options for
Can
how you
request
want
what shirt.
I think you can only request what watch he wears.
Because you change the sunglasses. He's like a customized character in a video game.
It's very limited.
You know what?
You're playing a JRPG.
I went to choice.
So I think we all agree that that's cool if you want to do that. How do you guys feel about the idea of having somebody like a grown person, like a chef, actually feeding you the food?
In what way?
Is there a way you're fine with it?
Yes, there are
Okay.
different ways. That's one of the ways that are not good.
Can you describe of which you'd let another person feed you food? Not like somebody you're intimate with, but like just a chef.
It's just as simple. A fork. You know, a little fork full of food. He has his hand underneath the fork, and just, hey, here you go. That's it. If you're sitting there on a chair,
vigorously disagree.
if you're sitting on a chair and you're gripping that chair while you stand up a little
That's
bit,
just kickback.
and stick
Stop
your
it.
tongue out.
That's just kickback.
with your back arched. That's a whole other story.
He was about to blow Kickbatch's back out.
You know what's the best way before you go in? You ever been to one of those Chinese or restaurants where they make the food in front of you?
The hibachi places.
Yep. And they flip a shrimp in your mouth.
Yeah. I've never flipped a slipper in my mouth.
They flip a shrimp in your mouth, and that's the best way to do it.
So you like
it's not weird at all. Just flip it in your mouth.
So you letting grown men put shrimp in you?
Honestly, it's the air, it's the gravity putting shrimp in my mouth. At that point,
Okay. No, I'm gonna be like, they had to flip it in there. You feel me?
listen, you can cut out that whole part.
You packing they meat in there, right?
Once that shrimp's in the air, it's fair game.
I agree.
Okay.
Now,
Makes sense.
how do you feel about getting meated?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
It's too much attention.
Okay, one, yes.
It's weird. Like, if someone tries to feed me, I'm just going to take the fork out of your hand. And
Nope.
I'm going to feed myself.
No matter what it is, there's
No matter what.
There's no anybody. There's
No exceptions.
What if I told you there was
Michael B. Jordan walks up to you and says, "Hey, take this cake."
Michael B. Jordan walks up to you and says, like, I'd like you to take you to this restaurant.
First of all, have y'all seen his nudes?
Michael
He's not packing.
Why the fuck would I see Michael B. Jordan?
Well, they leaked, and he's not packing, so
So that's
I'd
what
be
it
like,
takes.
I'll take the fork.
So that's
That
what
is
that's what it comes down to. So if I tell you Salt Bay is there,
Got the
right
9-inch
behind the wall of meated, where it's just pictures of all the people he's meated so far, it's even more nudes of him, and it's impressive.
That's some serial
Are you
killer
gonna-
type shit.
Well, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to help her with the visual, not me at all, not
Go
gay.
ahead, continue.
So I'm just trying to hypothetically, like, is there a scenario which you'd be okay with this? Would you let, like, if you were
If someone paid me, then I would do it.
you would do it, but you wouldn't pay your own money to go to it.
No.
How much money are
It's
we
too
talking
much
here?
attention.
It's hundreds of dollars at least.
I would
Nigga,
do
pay
it.
me $20 and I go out and slurp that meat. Because I'm
Put
getting
some
good.
gas in my car, and we'll be good to
Right,
go.
That's like
I'm
$70
getting-
right there.
I'm getting allegedly good food
Allegedly,
and
good food.
$20. It's a good day.
Okay, so you would do it if you weren't coming out of money.
Yes. If I didn't have to pay for the meal and he gave me $20,
Okay.
I said, "Let me drip this dripping wet meat into your mouth."
Does
while
the
it sizzles."
does
But
the
how would you feel about the attention of the act
it will be on the internet for sure. I
Yeah.
fully believe
and
that.
the people in the restaurant?
I mean, nobody. I don't give a fuck. Hey, look at this random person on the internet slurp this meat. Nigga, nobody cares.
The words we have an image.
Yeah, my image is
We have a brand.
whatever
now.
I want it to be.
Okay, you're right. The DR Congress will love us regardless.
Right.
His image is getting money.
Yeah, that's right.
Any means necessary.
That's a bag chaser.
Yeah, sure.
Would you be okay with, like, if your significant other went and said, "I want to take us to this restaurant"?
Absolutely not.
You.
They're cheating.
You would. That's cheating.
It's technically cheating.
That is so embarrassing.
What if, like,
I feel like it's demasculating for sure. It's not gay, but I'm gonna feel some kind of
There it
way if
is.
I'm there.
There
you're
it
gonna feel
is.
some type of way if it look
I'll be like,
if the chef goes to you and you say, like, "Oh, no, I'm good," and then he goes to your person you're on a date with, and your person, he just eats it. He doesn't do anything else. He just eats it. That's it. He just slips the food in and he eats it.
Slips the
You'd
food
be
in.
offended.
Just a tip.
Just a tip. Just a tip of the steak.
I can't.
Would
I would feel some kind of way.
would the date be over then? Would you walk out?
It wouldn't be over, but I would just be like, that was really weird.
Would you say something to him afterwards?
Yes. I would say something to him after the dude left.
You'd be like, "You really let that man meet you?"
Something along those lines.
So you wouldn't feel attracted to him as much anymore after he slurped that meat.
I think this because, like,
I would feel a little turned off for sure.
that same thinking is why I believe a lot of men go there for that setting while still turning it down because they don't want other people seeing them and thinking that same thing because
So
they
you
probably feel the same way she does. That, like, I just can't let somebody do this to me. How's it gonna let people, like, see me?
So you're saying that men actually want to go there and slurp the meat, but they just
Some
don't
do.
want to
But
let
they
people
say
see
no.
them.
it has to be that because like that is part of the experience is like that chef being him, right? Like he's a star, so like you're going to him for him to be the star, right?
So what you're saying is some men are secretly gay.
I'm not saying whoa.
They have gay tendencies.
You're putting you're putting words in my mouth. You need to be putting meat in my
slurp another
mouth
man's meat, man will chuck another nigga's pole you. That's an inside joke. Sorry about that.
Inside jokes, but you're okay. I believe that you go there probably for the food. You're probably there to flex. You're probably there for the experience. Part of that experience is that chef that might feed you food.
Well, why can't you just go for the food and be done?
Why you gotta get a fucking meat strip dripped in your mouth?
I'm not saying you have to, but I would also say like I just haven't heard anybody say the food is all that great either. So
Do you
like
think he enjoys doing that?
Yes.
You think he takes pleasure out of that?
He loves attention, yes.
He's getting a bag, first of all, so...
No, I'm talking about the act. Like, fuck all
Yes.
the money.
Oh,
stuff.
no,
the
absolutely.
act of dripping meat in somebody's mouth.
Why would he? He's not gaining anything by not doing it. Like this was all like he did this because he must have like look at me guys like look what people allow me to do.
Who was his first victim?
King Batch. I hope. I pray it was King.
He had to get it from somewhere.
I fully believe like he probably like did it to, like some people and then, like he was like yeah they like it and then like him being the star cameras on me chef he is. Also, I ain't never seen that man actually do a real cook. I just see him just some salt and some shit.
He's a meat man,
bro.
That's what he cooks. He cooks meat.
But he just salts it.
I've seen him prepare meat.
Have you?
Yeah.
Cook it?
Not cook it. I mean, I imagine that's a boring process because all you have to do after he prepares it.
And he's not. But that's my point.
Oven.
He's not here for the boring stuff. He's here for the stuff. Like he's
Right.
here for the seasoning, very light seasoning
And
of this meat and and your schmeating. So
I think he cuts. Doesn't he cut the meat?
He
cuts
sure does
the
cut
meat.
it. That's how it can fit in your mouth.
He tenderizes the meat. He makes love to the meat. I mean,
I think, but that's what I think. I think his whole specialty is he's making love to the meat. He's making love to the cameras, and he's making love to you.
Don't.
And I like that's part of the experience. I believe you can go there and not want that.
Is that why his name is Bay?
I think that was a bad joke. God, that wasn't a joke anyway.
Is it a joke or a question?
I don't have the answer. I didn't look his name up. I'm sorry. Do you think his name matters? What if I told you his name is Mario?
You're not prepared. There's Mario, Luigi.
So yay or nay, or like, would you guys ever find yourself thinking like you do it like if it wasn't him, like if it was a different restaurant where you didn't have to pay as much?
If we're talking about imagery and our images, nigga, I'm already kind of sus in the public spotlight, so I don't care.
You don't have a public spotlight.
Exactly. In my friends group, it's like whatever.
Do you think you could go to a local restaurant that has that's really good, not as expensive, and you might get meated?
No, because I won't even let them sing happy birthday to me. If I'm out at a restaurant and it's my birthday, if anybody says it's her birthday and they come around this table and start singing, I'm gonna blank. I'm gonna be so uncomfortable.
So excited for November 26th.
I can't. That's not my birthday.
Fuck.
You fool.
November 28th.
That's not my birthday either.
Fuck.
November.
November, yes. But it's the attention for me. Like, it's too much attention on me for me to feel okay doing it.
Side note, first one. Speaking of birthdays and restaurants, the last one I let them do that to me was when I went to this one restaurant when I was a kid.
Y'all really making parallels between getting meated and somebody
in
a restaurant thinking of a birthday. But go ahead.
Let me finish. This is leading somewhere. It's not a parallel to that, but it's more in line with what she just said about birthdays in restaurants. The last time I let them do that to me, and this is for a reason, niggas pied me in my face.
You got pie?
Now, keep in mind, me as a young kid, I wasn't expecting this. Nobody told me it was going to happen. Caught me unaware. It was assault.
Wait, how old were you?
Was this here? Was that?
Fuck if I know.
Was that in Pittsburgh? Do you remember?
I'm hardly in Pittsburgh at any of my stories.
Okay, you were in Pittsburgh when you won the Guitar Hero, right?
No.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
I lived in North Carolina, but I was in Ohio.
Striking out.
Oh, God, man.
Am I bad memory? Am I? Are you? Are you okay?
You sound so confident when you say it too.
I fully
And
believe
you're
it.
wrong.
Damn well you shouldn't be.
I'm gonna keep missing, but I'm gonna think I'm gonna get the next one for sure.
Keep making shots.
November
and keep
29th.
ignoring.
But keep.
Close.
Speaking of making shots, I actually didn't have a good transition to this next one.
You fool.
But anyway, so Apple is revealing that they're planning to release a driverless car in the future. I believe that the idea of this car is that, for people who want to stay indoors or might be doing something, they can send this car out to complete tasks,
rob somebody.
Yeah, let's say the car wants to go pick up something, and they have somebody in the store, like a grocery store, puts the food in the car, and then the car drives back, a courier of sort, where the car can do tasks, but probably for I don't want to say the average person, but people that can afford have a car that just does that for them. So I believe that's the business model for the car. What makes the most sense to me of why they would plan out to release a driverless car. Go ahead, Tavares.
Shoot.
No, go ahead.
All right, fuck it. I have a question, and you're obviously not gonna be able to answer this.
I hope I can.
Do you think that it's in order for that to happen, in order for the car to go pick something up from a store, do you think it's gonna be like a DoorDash thing where they have to have that feature enabled at the store?
Yes. Absolutely, some sort of Apple Pay feature, I believe.
So
every store that would have Apple Pay, I believe, would have to have this whatever Apple services might be.
So why not DoorDash?
No, fuck that. Why not send my car to pick up drugs?
Would your dealer have Apple Pay required?
Hey, listen,
we're talking. I don't know how far away in the future
that's an
this can be.
Dealer. Listen, 2 cars pull up, driverless. Maybe some middle guy comes out and it's the cars meet up in a warehouse.
Okay.
Guy loads the packages from one car to the other car, dips out.
Okay. This is actually,
I don't know why those drugs were in my car. Officer, it was driving by itself.
This is we can clearly see that
I wasn't there. Somebody must have hacked it.
This is okay. You know what? This is a really good idea that we're blueprinting, because these are the actual hazards they would have to consider by a car that just goes on its own.
Officer, somebody hopped in my car while I was at a stoplight.
I'm assuming if it's a driverless car, they only put space for things to go in it and not a person to fit in it and drive in.
I feel like if it's a car, they would have at least one seat.
I believe it's raining really hard here, but I believe the seat would be for the items to come in. Now, hypothetically, would you let's say it was within the price range of a couple $100s a month? Would you be
a subscription type thing?
Yeah, it's like a subscription type thing. Well, you know how Apple items usually you can put on a payment plan. I'm assuming this car would be the same thing, just like a car or anything Apple does. Is this something you guys would consider, or do you feel like this would be would you trust a driverless Apple car, or even an Apple car at all?
When it first comes out, no. However, hear me out. And I don't know if they're already doing this or not, but this could solve a lot of problems. So imagine, shut the fuck up, Mother Nature. Damn. So imagine the car has a front seat, one seat, right? No steering wheel.
We're giving Steve Jobs some great ideas.
No steering wheel. So you get that car as a subscription-based payment method, right? You don't have a license, but you can still go places.
The car could.
Yes, by you just hopping in the front seat, the car drives you wherever you want.
Okay.
Hey, I'm no longer late for work just because I got a DUI one time.
Right. So it's like having a personal butler in the form of an app that's a car.
Yeah, it enables so much more for people who don't have a license or an ability to get a license.
Do you feel like you're at a point now where you would trust any driverless car?
Nigga, I'm trying to go fast. I'm trying to whip the wheel.
You're not whipping anything.
I'm trying to go, bro.
So you can't. You're not getting with a driverless anything.
Nigga, I won't even drive an electric car.
Ooh.
I want to kill the earth. I want it gone.
But the earth has given us so much great things, like
this podcast.
Like this podcast, steak.
That's
it's giving us Tavares. It's giving us a lot of great things.
Have y'all been to the fucking Amazon rainforest?
Isn't it dying?
No, correct, Tavares. I have not been to the
Have y'all been to the bottom of the ocean?
No, Tavares. I have not been to the bottom.
Have y'all seen the creatures?
I've saw the Justice League.
I feel like there's mermaids at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, they will kill you probably.
But mermaids.
How do you feel about Apple putting a driverless car? Would you ever be interested in it?
I feel the same. If there's a seat, as in it's kind of like it can drive itself, but I can be there.
Yeah.
And I would definitely be interested. Road trips, sleep in the car.
What would the price range be where you would expect it to be, but you'd still be willing to pay for it?
No more than a regular car payment. So no more than $500 a month for sure.
would you be willing to take the Apple car over your own car? If it ever gets to a point where like, yeah, this is regular, you could go to an Apple store and select the car to be sent to your address. Would you consider just getting that Apple car entirely?
Not initially.
What would Steve Jobs have to do to pitch you to get you in? Like, what features does
Give
Steve...
it to me for free. Oh. What features?
Yes.
I think I keep saying Steve Jobs, none of it dead.
Listen, Steve Jobs has been dead for forever, and I still trust him more than I trust Elon Musk.
That nigga's a menace anyway.
This is awful. That's not an awful person. A terrible person. An evil villain. Steve Jobs, at least.
He is the antagonist.
He got in and got out.
He's an antagonist in an alien movie. Continue.
Are there any car features you'd hope that Apple Car will have that might put you on board?
I think the pickup thing is good because if I'm not at work, I don't want to leave my house. So pick things up for me, carry them up the stairs.
I have a question. Who's going to be putting the shit in the car?
Yeah.
That would be the workers. I'm assuming like everybody ain't gonna have like an Apple car.
Could they make a thing where like they can bring my groceries up to my apartment?
I believe so. I mean, like,
because I'd still have to walk out, go get them, go up 2 flights of stairs.
Oh, you'd be paying for that person that works here to go with the car with you, to go back with the car. That's what you're suggesting too.
Catch an Uber back.
So you.
No.
You're telling them to get in the car, come home, put the stuff in my house, leave, and just find a way
where
back.
They're going. No way back to home. They're just
I would give them a tip.
How much?
Because I just feel like at that point I might as well just stick with DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates.
But how are you gonna get?
Instacart.
But how would you get to places in if you were in a driverless car, but you were still wanting to get to places?
You just plug it in. I want to go here.
Like a Glade?
Like a Glazed. Speaking of Glazed, Tavares, you got a story for us?
Oh, if we're done with that, sure. Yeah, I read an article on Twitter because that's where I get all my news from, like any normal person nowadays.
How else to the internet?
Apparently, Krispy Kreme in North Carolina.
The cream?
I don't remember what exact location.
It's Winston-Salem, I believe.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
A lot of great stuff is coming out of Winston-Salem, such as,
and
yeah, I think isn't Cheerwine like originated in Winston-Salem?
You gotta stop. You gotta leave Cheerwine alone.
Cheerwine, no. Listen,
even sponsor us, and you're their fucking names all in your mouth.
Listen, I love Cheerwine. There's nothing makes me feel better than getting off a long, hard day of work, going to Cookout, getting a large Cookout burger with a nice tall glass of Cheerwine.
This is how you don't do sponsorships, by not letting them sponsor you and still mentioning them.
You.
Now I love
Cheerwine is amazing.
The only thing I love more than Cheerwine is Jeff Gordon.
I thought you could say Glazed Donuts.
His Glazed Donuts and Jeff Gordon. Jeff Donuts.
I just said the same thing. Anyway, apparently a Krispy Kreme in Winston-Salem, NC, is offering vaccinated customers a free ride on their Glazed conveyor belt.
Now, they're not offering free donuts. They're not offering free food.
Not free donuts. Can't even eat the fucking Glaze.
They're offering a circus ride.
They're offering to butter you up and glaze you over like a fucking treat. You literally have the option to go to this fucking Krispy Kreme restaurant, hop on a conveyor belt. I'm presumably stomach up.
You think
face to the sky?
See, I don't know about that because I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse.
I'm looking at this picture right here.
Is there a weight requirement?
Hypothetically speaking, I don't know what's more gross: everybody's ass being on the conveyor, or everybody's dick and pussy being on the conveyor.
If everybody's ass is on the conveyor, your ass is going to be on the conveyor as well. So does it really matter if it's through jeans, especially? You're working on that assumption.
You're assuming one thing, and I'm assuming the other.
Y'all are assuming two completely different things.
I don't want to believe people are going there to get glaze on their clothes.
Why would you think that they would allow you to get butt naked?
Why would people go to a place just to get their clothes fucked up?
I think that having them glaze is already over the top. They don't need more PR like that. By getting them naked.
You think this is the line? Like they thought, like, well, it'd be crazy if we let them get on naked, but
yeah,
because the conveyor's good enough, Like,
I think this is a cult, and the cult is literally
Krispy
trying to
Kreme.
eat people,
You,
so they don't want too much publicity.
Papa John acting funny, bro. Papa John coming back with a vengeance.
Little do you know he owns stock in Krispy Kreme?
I don't. Okay, for one, I would say you have to be insane to wake up and think, well, you know what I wanted to do today? I wanted to hop on the Krispy Kreme ride.
You're telling me all right? So you had the opportunity. You telling me you wouldn't just do it just for the fuck of it?
Is it their actual machine that they use to glaze donuts?
I've never seen.
I believe so. The way they phrase it in the article,
There's no way you could fit.
Well, it depends. Like, we don't know how many donuts they're making at the same time.
We don't know the size. We don't know the size. It could be like one of the factories.
But the glaze, doesn't it sit low and it just like coats each donut on the row?
No, I think from this picture anyway I was looking at, it's like a shower of glaze that coats the donuts.
It could be one of like maybe like a Krispy Kreme warehouse where like I'm guessing like the donuts, like the packaged donuts, get shipped out to like grocery stores. It could be like one of
Okay.
those.
Say Krispy Kreme warehouse.
Well, like I don't know, the like warehouse, but like the Krispy Kreme restaurant, like the little fast food ones.
Oh yeah.
Those don't ship out like where the donuts get to like grocery stores.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's a bigger actual Krispy Kreme.
That didn't even cross my mind.
That's why they're not as good, because it's a shower and
Yeah.
not a
But I don't.
glaze.
They would have to hypothetically fit if the idea even crossed somebody's mind to
I
think
feel if it's a shower, you're definitely naked. If it's a shower,
it has to be a shower.
You're
Like, do I
naked.
get some fucking spandex or something, bro?
why would you want your clothes glazed?
Why would I want my dick glazed?
What do you think? What do you think it's weirder to go in this situation and to get to the actual Krispy Kreme, and then right before the conveyor you think, let me take my clothes off. You think that's weirder than going on and thinking, well, let me wear my nice button up for this? Like,
I would rather wear some old basketball shorts and a weird like tank top or
So
like an old t-shirt or some shit like that and go in like
you
that.
gonna have socks and shoes on? Like, where's the line?
No, I won't have my shoes on.
Could
Socks possibly.
But like you see what you're saying? Like, it's such a weird, like, if you had even just said you were allowed to go in it, but you got to have underwear on, that makes more sense than
Yeah.
having clothes on to me.
Or like a swimsuit. Like if they're like, wear swimming trunks.
Okay, I can do that.
But like, to me, like, you telling me I gotta wear clothes to get on this, that just sounds like a weird idea.
I mean, it's like, all right, well, they probably
you costed me a whole fit.
bro. Like, why would you wear your good fit? You know
Why
you were
would you?
going there,
Maybe
Why
I
would-
want pictures.
but you can still wear the good fit.
bro. You
Get
know
pictures
you were going
before
there.
you get on
That's
the
your
conveyor.
own fault.
But
That's
you can take it off before you get on the conveyor.
it's like going on a
Very
water
true.
ride in a theme park and wearing your suede shoes. Why the fuck would you do that?
Okay, but that doesn't make any sense. Only because like I can take the shoes off before I get to the
You're
pool.
not gonna take the shoes off because who you gonna leave them with?
in
Leave
the
them on
car.
chair, Yeah.
Nigga act like you ain't never had nobody steal your shoes.
I
They got you
haven't.
for your phones, Alvin.
I actually haven't. I live in a nice neighborhood, but nah, bro. I just don't. This is a weird idea altogether. Don't you dare reach for my nice Asics. This is a weird idea. I think it's even weirder that you're assuming people want to get on this and would prefer they not get naked on it.
White people are funny, bro.
You think it's only white people? I don't know. Dude, listen, you're right. It absolutely is. But I just can't imagine people are going on this and thinking, well, honey, bring me the good slacks for this one. Like, I just can't see it.
People go mudding.
Because you can't do it. You could do it naked. You can go mudding naked too. Like, I
Why
don't.
would you go mudding naked if you're in a car? Or
No,
like
I
an
mean
ATV?
people like actually go and get out in the mud and like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Aren't you from Monroe? You know this. You know this.
They do it in like cars.
I mean,
they do
ATVs and
do it in
stuff.
cars.
Yeah, there's different ways to go about it.
Four-wheelers.
We're all ethnic, so I don't think any of us have done it.
I haven't done it.
Am I in my right mind? Yes.
Okay. Are you in your right mind enough to go to Krispy Kreme and get glazed?
Listen,
Would you rather?
I'll keep you updated.
Here's what I'm gonna ask you. What do you think is more negative impact on your manhood? Getting glazed or getting meated?
Meet it. Easily.
You go get video of you get glazed, turned over, flipped on your back,
Scenario.
ass up.
Scenario. So let's say you do go naked, right? Right after, you go have sex.
That's a yeast infection.
No, listen. Of course you don't just go in. Oh, here I come. No, you don't go straight in. Nah, she gives you a little toppy. Now her mouth full of glaze, bro. Come on, that's a treat. Sweet.
Tavares, her teeth is gonna be in pain, bro. What are you talking about?
My
No,
problem.
Wait, so are you for the naked glaze
It
or
depends.
against? Because you
What
just
am I doing
said-
after?
you sounded real against it
Yeah,
a couple
and
minutes
now you
ago.
seem-
That just
for
popped in
it.
my mind. What am I doing after is the thing.
You know what you doing after you play Final Fantasy? Shut up,
So no, I don't want to go hop on my computer chair.
God. This dork out here talking about getting glazed. You know what we are gonna talk about? NBA YoungBoy.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Never broke. Never broke again. Youngster has been caught by police after a alleged dog tracking arrest. Canine units were sent to him after he fled cops. After I believe he had possession of drugs and or guns. I don't want to put the wrong thing out. I'm sure he's a good kid doing the best he can. Canine units were sent to him where he was fleeing on foot, promptly captured, and could possibly be facing up to 5 to 10 years in jail.
I want
Not
to
too
follow.
bad.
Not too bad.
I want to follow this by saying that I saw a video of a guy running full fucking sprint with a TV in his hand, and he still outran the police.
Okay. No. Here's the thing. Do you? Okay. Would you ever be scared enough to run for the police? Because running for the police sounds like a bad idea to me.
Depends on what I did. Did I actually do it?
You think YoungBoy thinks he cares? Like, you think YoungBoy?
I think YoungBoy has.
I feel like YoungBoy did everything. Whatever they say he did, I believe they did.
Whether or not he was guilty of the crime that he was chased for in the first place doesn't really matter. I think
Awfully bold move on him to be black and run away from the police. Awfully bold move on him.
What you gonna do? Stay around?
I had to feel like turning my back to the police is the worst thing I could do.
Bro, it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I'm not taking a 50, bro.
It's less of a chance if you run.
He got lucky the dogs came out. You
can either stay there and get abused for your own free will, or you can run and possibly get abused if you got.
Do you think you could outrun a canine dog unit?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I can't even outrun a rolling donut, nigga. What you talking about?
Especially a glazed one.
Hell no. It's just so slippery.
So again, I'm assuming he didn't know the dogs would come out, but I don't think the dog was like caught him by surprise. Like, I feel like the dog was around. That dog was in the car.
Well, it depends. Like she said earlier before we started the podcast. What is he getting chased for in the first place?
Dogs usually come out for drug possessions. Dogs can't sniff guns.
I think like you. So you said he was just out. Like the dog was just fucking. Hey, he wants to groom, but she's back out.
I'm assuming they went to him and believed that he had possession of drugs, and they went to him before and just like, well, you know what? Just in case, we're gonna get the dog units out here, and if they alert us, they'll know if there's drugs for sure, so he can't lie his way out of this. Dogs probably came out. He saw the dogs and he said, "Yeah, what I would do? I gotta get out of here." So run.
What kind of dog do you think it was?
What kind of dog do you think it was?
What if nigga got chased by like a chihuahua and still got caught?
I was kidding.
Aren't they all German
Bro, bone legged. Can't run right.
bow-legged?
Well,
Aren't they all German Shepherds?
I mean, you
Maybe
got
he
that.
Maybe he ran because he had the gun. That holds more time.
if he had the gun, that dog would be dead.
You think he would shoot the dog?
Yeah.
You think he would run for the police?
Why would he add more time?
You know they would get him for that.
Right.
That's
Why?
a police dog.
They would never stop
You
hunting
think
him.
you think it was gonna get him for running away from the police?
I think that he probably wouldn't take the chance to have more time.
I
if he gets caught.
I don't believe smart choices in NBA YoungBoy line up.
So you would shoot a dog.
You ought to make me.
Would I or would NBA
YoungBoy?
YoungBoy? Would I or would NBA YoungBoy? I think
No,
that's two
would
different.
you shoot
Would
a dog?
I would not.
So maybe he's like
I
you.
had to.
Exactly.
Listen, I love dogs. Does NBA YoungBoy love dogs? I have no reason to think he doesn't, but I have no reason to think
You're
he does.
assuming that he's just a bad fucking person, like overall.
I'm not assuming he's a
Yeah.
bad person. I'm assuming NBA YoungBoy does not choose good decisions. That's what I'm assuming.
You're mad because
He
he fucked
chose
Flo
the-
Ray's daughter.
He chose the good decision not to shoot the dog.
He chose the decision to run away from the cops.
And he didn't shoot the dog.
That's a normal decision for people who are color. What are you
Exactly.
talking about?
Normal decision.
Exactly.
That is a possibly right decision on his part.
Possibly right decision. I would not turn my back to a cop.
I would.
I feel like
Have you
even
learned
if-
nothing over the past year?
That's my reason why I wouldn't turn my back, bro.
That's you would be whatever.
Okay, I see. All right, Mr. Lightskin. I see we live in two different worlds,
I'm in
huh?
the same boat. What the fuck are you talking about?
Ooh, even if he shot the dog, that doesn't mean he could outrun the cops.
He
They
could
can
outrun-
still get him.
What
I
if the cop
believe
was John Wick?
he could outrun the cop. I feel like every young boy got some. I feel like he's seen enough pain to where his legs are probably in decent shape. He could definitely outrun 2 to 3 cops.
This nigga run like a fucking penguin. What are you talking about?
NBA YoungBoy listens to NBA YoungBoy music, so If there's anything I know about him, he does everything aggressively,
He's so
including
mad
run.
because he fucking
Including
can't run.
Are you guys would you guys be really sad to lose NBA Youngboy for a couple years? Would you okay?
The
Like,
fuck? Nigga, what?
would you be scared about the possibility of seeing free Youngboy on your timeline every day for the next 5 to 10 years?
Listen, Bobby out. My man can go in.
Youngboy,
Swap places.
Tag
we
in.
really lost.
Swap it out.
Two things happened. We gained Kodak Black and Bobby Shmurda, and we lose NBA Youngboy. Is that a net win?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now let's disregard the fact that no black man should be in prison because of how they treat him.
Yeah.
Preach.
Get out of the window.
Get him.
Yeah, that's a net win. Not only is it 2 for the price of 1.
It's just real NBA Youngboy slander going on.
It's 2 better artists.
I sound like Floyd right now.
Floyd just didn't want that nigga fucking his daughter. Leave him alone. Mayweather. More like, nigga fuck my daughter, mother.
You didn't even say weather. God, you might be the worst comedian in the tri-state area.
And yet you still laughed? Is that
You
a form of
encouraged
comedy?
it.
Leo cap all over.
Is that a form of comedy? Yes.
So no, we hope. We all hope Youngboy gets out very timely.
Yeah, you're putting words in my mouth, ain't you?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think the sooner he gets out, the sooner we can get past it. Because I think the more I see
I'm
about
already past
it,
it.
the
Yeah, I don't think we have the same mentality. Kind of over it.
NBA Youngboy, or
Yeah. Just,
NBA locked up.
he's done a lot of good stuff.
I mean, on to the next.
NBA can't do the dash.
How many
NBA
more do you got? No, actually, keep going, please. How many more do you got? I know you got one more in you.
NBA 5 miles an hour. Let's go. Come on.
NBA Youngboy can outrun you in a heartbeat.
You don't know that because obviously he couldn't outrun a fucking dog.
You can't outrun a cat, bro. What do you mean? You can't outrun shit.
My cat is fucking fast. Leave me alone.
Thank you.
Can't outrun any allergies. You can't outrun.
I don't even have allergies.
Fucking loser.
What we got next on the bracket?
Well,
On the
next on the
docket,
bracket is the
on the
very
board.
very topical thing. Whooping kids. How do we all feel about beating kids, guys?
So this
Comes up because we've all had, I believe, our personal issues of where we've been hit as children,
so there's a limit.
and we loved it.
I'll
Right,
start
everybody? Let's go beat kids. High
Yeah.
five. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Okay.
No, you didn't want
I'm
to
right there.
high-five me.
I'm there.
Okay.
Michael Jordan. Fuck them kids.
Oh.
There's a limit. I'll go ahead and start off by saying
This original question was like something on the idea of uncommon things you would like to see more of, and which we'll get to my
Spoiler
actual
alert.
answer to that. But yeah, let's go and talk about the uncommon thing, the more uncommon idea that is beating kids, which is becoming a lot more uncommon. Which is, I would say, probably good, but also,
scenario.
yeah. Okay, let's go and hear it.
The place is 2003. You're in a store. You're kind of antsy because you're 5 years old or some shit. You have the worst attitude and you badmouth your mom. You're embarrassing her. You won't stop. You keep asking for shit even though she can't pay for it. You won't stop. What do you expect that parent to do?
Is this personal?
You should have gotten hit.
Mind you, your mom is black.
Devar's,
Oh, yeah,
what did
you got hit.
what did you do, Devar's, in this situation? Because it sounds like you were in this situation.
I was the situation.
He
You
was
were-
a kid.
Yeah. How often were you this kid?
What?
Are you still this kid?
What?
You was acting real funny when I took you to Balo, bro.
Listen, bro, you got it on you. You got
Okay.
it.
What would I expect the parent to do?
Yeah, honestly.
I would at this point I would expect the parent to like grab the kid and say like, listen, tell him like you gotta be an adult and tell him to stop somehow, some way.
By
I'm not
hitting him.
I don't in public.
Sometimes you got to.
Are you pro hitting kids in general?
I feel like I was whooped and I came out fine.
I think
My
it's,
sister was whooped. She came out fine. My brother, not as much, but still whooped. Came out fine. My sister, my younger sister, is a demon child because she hasn't been whooped.
that's why.
And I believe that's
you
why.
don't think it's a personality thing. You don't think it's just a
No.
up the chance thing. You think it's
No,
literally.
because she feels like she can do whatever she wants with no consequences.
That is a thing, yeah.
But you don't think that's like you didn't discipline them a different way?
How would you discipline them?
Exactly.
Words only work so much.
Thank you.
Take away stuff they care about.
They don't care.
What do you mean they don't care?
They don't care.
I was a kid. I cared.
If I talk back, you get hit.
Bro, you took away something that I actually loved. I get more mad. What are you talking about?
So
that's the opposite effect.
So what are you gonna do in response?
Act up more.
Okay, so what if you lose everything then?
Then I'll act up even more.
Keep acting
you
up
see what I'm
till you
saying?
get
It's just a progressive thing.
But that's like not every kid's gonna be that.
But
like,
if you
I
do
get it's a
something-
case to case thing, but like I feel like the first response can't be hit kid in mouth. You know what I mean?
No, but you were right. Because what my mom used to do, not hit me in a store, obviously, because I would embarrass her even more.
Yeah.
She would either pinch me. You know those pinches.
I was thinking more like I gotta goozle you by the neck. You know what I mean?
That's
gosh.
strangling. but
No, like the back of the neck. Like I gotta like.
yeah, one of those or your arm. Because you're a kid, your arms are so tiny, she can just wrap her
Right,
whole arm
right,
around
right.
you, her whole hand around your arm, and it's like yank you, scare the life out of you. Put the fear of God in you.
My mom would she would kick my sister's shin if we were at a restaurant. She was acting up
That's actually funny.
under the table.
Oh, under the table.
Under the
Okay,
table.
I thought you were just sitting
Over the
there
table.
No.
Over the
Yeah,
table.
literally.
She'd get out of the chair.
stand up, and make a show of it.
No.
She'd announce it. I'm gonna kick
yeah.
my child right now.
Go.
But I think you associate, like, if you do something bad and you get pinched or you get hit a little bit, then you'll do it again, but you'll get the same thing, and then eventually you won't do it because you associate that with a negative behavior.
Right, and that's a learning process.
Do you feel like there's other way to like? Do you feel like straight up hitting a kid or like whipping a kid? Do you feel like there's other ways to go about it? Or do you feel like that has to like that's kind of part of it too? Like let's say your kid's acting up in school, and you know they come home and they're still acting up after you get a teacher call telling you just like, listen, he's failing all his classes. Like, what is the appropriate response then?
I feel like that's different. If it's like you're being bad in school as far as like grades, that's when
And
you take things away.
That's when you take things away. What if
Yeah.
okay? Well, if it doesn't work in what he was saying, it doesn't work. He just gets more angry and more upset.
Then
I'm a
you
real
whoop
one.
because he's gonna do something crazy.
But whooping is on the table.
Yeah, whooping is always on the table.
I will say that in my case, that shit didn't help either. I just got even more mad.
The whooping.
I'm just an overall angry person.
I'm glad you really calmed down. You know.
Oh, I have not.
I'm really glad you calmed down publicly.
I don't go out anymore. That's why.
I'm really glad you calmed down publicly on
I'm
the
not
podcast.
in the public.
That's you're on a public airwave.
Hey, listen, they can't talk to me right now.
They can talk to you on your Twitter at DeepFried75. Please tell him more about how you got whooped. He cares.
I
So
feel like it's appropriate. I feel like people make it out to be very differently because they'll be like, "This hurts me more than it hurts you." It's
No,
like,
fuck
no,
it
it doesn't.
Yeah.
This hurts me way more. So they try to like push it out, but you do something bad, you get whooped, you move on, you're a better person.
I would say this is all a fine idea. My family, almost all of us got hit as kids, and our mom was not like, she was very lenient with it on what deserves it about it. I think with a lot of cases of people that probably got hit as a kid, they probably got hit a lot more often than when they actually deserved it. Because most of my sisters probably didn't deserve to get hit as much as they did, and they'll tell you just like, yeah, that didn't help me at all.
Yeah, no.
I just got fucking choke slammed because I fucking didn't move. I didn't wash the clothes or something. Like this is a very thin line between like hitting a kid and like, because once you start doing it,
It's a real slippery slope.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It has to be like full justification.
Right.
But that's all subjective. In
True.
like a public setting, I feel like that's probably easy to decide because like nobody wants to see a kid get hit.
Nobody wants to see a kid get hit. Nobody also doesn't want to see a kid act up and demolish a fucking
What do you
store.
think is worse? What would you rather be? What would you rather happen? The kid like
Not hit, but, you know, like we talked about before, like the yanking, whatever, like
Yeah.
that. Because, nigga, if your fucking
Listen.
parent, nigga, 6 foot tall parent, walks up to you and says, "Come here, nigga," like, nah, you gonna calm the fuck down.
are you?
Or you can
Yes.
take him to the bathroom.
Take him away from the immediate public
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
And then you start kicking them in the shin
There
under
you
the table.
go. My sister has had full breakdowns with my niece, and she'll just get up and leave the store.
With the kid, or I was gonna.
Why would you leave the kid?
I was gonna say like I was gonna
Think for
say
yourself.
No, I was gonna say it sounds effective. Just like, well, I'm not embarrassed because I'm not there anymore. I mean, this sounds like a working strategy. I think she should try that next.
You'll get parented either way. Somebody's gonna come up and be like, "You should hit that kid,"
And you'd
Or
be like,
this-
"Don't tell me how to raise my fucking kids."
exactly. And then someone's gonna come and be like, "Why did you hit that kid?" And they're gonna be.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're saying kids suck. Is that what we're gonna say?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, we should
Now,
be
we-
able to push them down.
What we should be talking You're talking about, I just imagine you walking on the street
You
And
feel like-
just
and it's
forehead.
bopping them.
Go with the forehead.
I thought you meant just like I should be able to just go to a grocery store and just if a kid I see is down the lane, I should just push him down if I felt like it.
We're just staring at a box of mac and
cheese. Is that a teaching moment? What did they learn from that? If you walked up
sometimes life knocks you down. And you get back up and you just move on.
You start crying.
Yeah. But you move on.
What we should be talking about is the psychological part.
Of getting beat or getting pushed down?
No,
by the random grocery store lady.
It's not just about getting beat. It's about the shit that happens before the beating. The setup. The preparation.
Oh, when you see the biracial bully walking down the aisle, staring you eye to eye. She has the
biracial bully.
You hear she has the wild berry Pop-Tarts in her hand and she starts sprinting at you. You start wild berry's the best flavor. Shut the front door.
I imagine her standing over like the kid.
Standing over the kid. The kid shouts for a second and then it's just on the ground.
No, I feel like I would have to scope. Like I would have to find the right kids. Follow them for a minute.
You'd consider it?
See what they're buying, if I support it or not, then push them down. If they have wild berry Pop-Tarts in their hand, I'm pushing them down.
Cherry. If they have cherry in their hand, they need to go. The fuck is wrong with you? You're an abomination. But the setup, like another scenario. I love doing these. As much as I love the side notes.
I hope this is with you pushing a kid down.
Nah, so scenario, you acted up in school or some shit like that. You did something bad. As a black person, your mom tells you, because she doesn't have anything else on hand.
Oh my God, you're black?
Go out there
What?
and pick a switch. Did you ever had that happen to you? Pick a switch off a fucking tree.
No.
What? Okay.
The switch was already out by that time.
The switch is a small branch.
Yeah. No. Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
My dad is black.
No.
What is the criteria for switches? Or
Whatever
to
the
not
fuck you
hurt
feel
as
like.
much?
To pick one? Like, what is the criteria you look for?
Yeah.
I've never had to pick one. Every beating I've gotten, it was always with belts or fists or the end of cable, like cable cord.
I was just about to say electrical cord.
Yeah, it was never the stick. The
That's
stick
the
never.
thing.
Yeah.
The thing about picking a switch is it's the act of going out there, having motherfuckers see you pick that switch, knowing damn well what you about to get into.
Luckily, I didn't live by trees.
You have to make sure. Oh man, I don't want to pick this one because it has too many leaves and shit on it. I don't pick this one because it has too many like branching out branches.
Okay.
And then having to pick that switch, go back inside, making sure. All right, I picked the smallest one I possibly could, so it wouldn't hurt that much.
See, I would think. I think the biggest one would be easier.
You a fool.
I would think so.
It would leave a bigger welt.
Here's the thing. I think it's bigger, therefore they can't swing it as fast.
If you pick a smaller one, there's a possibility it might break.
Exactly.
There's a durability meter.
But if it does have a lot of branches, when you start taking the branches off, it kind of takes away from the stability.
If you don't take all the branches off like perfectly, it leaves those little
splinter.
Yes.
It's like little splinter things.
And that shit can.
Were you getting beat with these switches? I'm assuming this was like your shirt, pants off, right? You were getting beat with bare skin.
This is either his pants off or underwear on. But the thing about that is, it's just that
on the Glazed conveyor or not.
You know it's on.
You know the Glaze is on.
And it's just that's the part that I don't fuck with, because that still fucks me up to this day. I'm sure I have PTSD.
Two things stuck with you in life: JROTC and getting beat switch with the kid.
Bro, that shit is traumatic. Not the beating part. Once again, it's the fucking like the setup. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's a lot more than that, because like if it happens in public or at school and you know what's happening, like if your teacher calls home and you just know like I'm getting whooped tonight, then you have to process all that.
You got to mentally prepare yourself to like deal with it.
Yeah, and then they want to wait till after, or they try to be all nice, and then
what's fucked up about that? Your teachers have a smug look on their face.
They know what's happening,
and that makes me want to act up even more before I leave.
You upset?
Make it worth it.
Yeah.
You mad at the teacher now because the teacher knows you about to get your ass beat?
Hell yeah, because they set that shit up.
That's right.
But
it was the teacher's fault. It wasn't my fault. I beat Johnny up.
You have to snitch, you bitch.
Just go get my belt. You gotta go get the belt.
Which singular like item you were hit with was the worst?
I was beat with the extension cord.
The extension cord might have been the worst. I would prefer the belt over the extension cord.
You know what's bad about the extension cord?
Everything.
If you bundle
the cord,
it's like multiple hits. You get that fucking after image effect. That
fucking
yeah.
fucking clone.
Like if you don't swing it perfectly, yeah, that'll fuck you up.
I would say, but I think most of mine was just belts. Maybe like a switch here and there. But like we also got a lot of like pops in the mouth.
Oh, you ain't gonna pop me in the mouth.
What you mean you ain't? You tell your mom that? What you mean you
First
ain't gonna pop me in the mouth? What?
It makes
Yes,
you
actually.
look really dumb. Like letting someone pop. I don't care if it's my parent or not.
Yeah,
letting
that's how
someone pop you in the
right.
mouth.
You think like letting? How old were you when you guys got popped in the mouth? Because
I never got popped in the mouth.
I did like a couple times, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a lot.
It was either like talking back or saying something you shouldn't have said. Like they would just do a quick.
You look dumb as a weird music because I don't feel like you're.
It makes you like scrunch your face up.
Yeah,
And, like,
got
you
punched in the
wanna
fucking
cry?
mouth.
To me, it was like
You
I got
wanna
slapped
cry?
across my face. So it wasn't
You
like
wanna
that. It was just like fuck, man. I didn't see that coming.
Because of how my parents raised me, not to take any shit. This is why I fought in school a lot when I was a kid too.
Yes, now
I don't take shit like that. There's a limit, nigga. If you threaten me with physical violence, I don't care if I'm like depressed that day or what. I will go from here to here, and next thing you know, I'll be brawling, win or lose. That day, I don't care if it's anybody. It doesn't matter.
Your parents too.
Yeah. Mind you, this is their own fault. They shouldn't have taught me that.
I know to this day, if I talk back to my mom, my dad will still say something to me like I'm a kid. But if my 13-year-old sister does it, he just lets it go. She's never been whooped. Never.
And do you think that's what's wrong with this generation of kids, that they haven't been hit? They haven't been properly trained?
At least my sister, that's what's wrong with her for sure.
She's lucky. She didn't have to grow up with like two immediately older brothers or older siblings who, when they stood in the line, they all got in trouble at the same time. Stood in the line outside your parents' door, call them in one at a time.
Oh, that happened.
You hear it.
That shit was
you
crazy.
hear it. So you just one time, go back out, comes out crying. Another time, go back out, comes out crying. Oh, here we go.
Or when they try to be nice right after, and they're like, "Okay, come and eat," and you're just
Never
sitting
got
at the
that.
table like,
goddamn food.
It was never fucking nice.
you just hit that like cry.
That snivel, yeah.
You're like trying to
Your
eat.
silence is off. Yeah.
Just angrily eating this pork chop.
Shit too salty.
Thank you. I'd rather have the whole like go sit on your bed. We used to get that a lot. Like
I
just
wish
go
I
sit
had
on
a
your
bed.
bed and do nothing. You just be laying there.
Think about how, man, I hate my parents. It's always
I
the same
can't wait
time.
to run away.
Yeah, it's always that one time. Man, I hate this shit.
You like close the door and you're like cussing them out.
Don't slam that door. Oh, you better not slam that door.
You slammed the door to bars.
You better not slam that door. You make the whole thing all worse.
Exactly.
Do you guys feel like you were made better people because of beating kids? Because it goes back to your original point. Now, if you're saying, like this is what's wrong with kids, you're still not saying it made you a better person by going through it.
I'll say I've been whooped, had my fair share. Probably not as much as most people. So I feel like it was good discipline for me because I learned from it.
Once again, for me, it's not the hitting part.
If it was,
It's that psychological bullshit they try to play.
if they took away all the build up towards it of knowing it was going to come, and then it just happened and it got it out the way,
That's what made it effective.
do you feel like that would have been? You would have.
It would have been way better in hindsight. Anyway.
Do you think you would have learned the same thing, got to the same destination?
Yeah, the psychological they didn't do anything except for scare me even more.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right, I'm already scared. I already learned my lesson. We're up here now. Okay, well I'm scarred.
But would you say that you could learn from whatever you did the same as them sitting down and just telling you like, hey, don't do that again?
No.
Exactly.
My parents
Really?
You get whooped and you associate getting whooped with it, whatever you did, you stop doing it.
I've never felt like whenever I've been whooped, I've never walked away thought it, even like in hindsight, and thought like, well, I needed to get whooped to learn that. I've never thought I needed to get whooped to learn that lesson.
I think it
whooped in high
also
school?
depends on when you stopped.
Huh?
You got whooped in high school?
I never got whooped in high school.
Yeah. How
What did you
old
just
were
say?
you when it stopped?
Probably like 12, 13.
Okay, same.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't high school.
I thought you said high school. I'd say for a second.
And there was at no point, even like when I was a kid, whatever I did was wrong. I was a decent kid. I never got in much trouble, but I never thought anything I needed to learn. I learned it because there was a fist involved or because a belt was involved, bro. No.
What do you mean fist?
Like, like hit. Like I never learned because I got hit.
With a fist?
Yeah.
How?
Your mom never hit you in the chest or nothing?
No.
Y'all never actually like have your mom just hit you in the gut or anything?
My nigga,
No.
are you okay?
No,
You
let it learn.
You never use a fucking fist.
Never.
Never.
That's when you get into child abuse territory.
So y'all never got hit.
Not
No,
not with
not
a
with
fist.
that.
What is the difference? Okay, so like you're telling me that like it's that much worse to hit a kid in the chest as
Once-
opposed to
You stick with those 3 or 4 things. Once you go into actual like physical violence,
physical as
like,
opposed
like
to the
closed
cord.
fist.
Yeah.
Not even a slap. So slap is like on the line.
Oh.
That closed fist, nah, that's the limit.
That's the limit to
Yeah.
ours.
It is.
That's so weird to me that like that's the limit because the only thing that's different is that it's an item.
I think
I would have
that-
preferred getting hit in the chest once than getting hit with a fucking cord.
That fist is solid as fuck. That fist
Yeah.
with no like other shit that they don't really know how to use, like no other object,
Yeah.
is way more effective.
Yeah, in your chest.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I only got like
Nigga, stop your heart.
yeah.
In your chest.
You get like whooped like on your butt. That's basically it. Or to
Right.
like grab your arm, but I feel like that's not the same. Or
You
like a
don't-
Man,
Man,
pinch.
if I
A
got
pinch
whooped on
your
my
arm.
ass, that means I got whooped on my back too. Like it's the whole backside of my shit hurt.
See,
Are you
no.
okay?
Tavares, I'm the happiest person you know.
The back, I feel like the back is off limits, and you never do it enough to have like marks after. It's just enough to learn your lesson.
Your parents got fucking
Y'all
palsy,
saying all
bro. They
this
missing
shit,
on
I
your
got
They missing your ass, going to your back.
No, they were aiming for it. Listen, no.
Jesus.
My mom was having a field day with me.
It was premeditated.
Not to demonize my mom, mind you. Let me go and say
You're doing a
this.
great job.
Not to demonize my mom. She did actually try alternative punishments.
So it was just your mom that whooped you?
Yes.
Okay. Mine was my dad.
My dad did it a few, like he tried to, but he was always the good parent.
See, my mom will like give commands to my dad to do it, you know?
Yeah, that's what happened. Like, oh, my dad's, he's watching football, some shit. Ugh, I don't want to get up. If he gets up from watching a fucking game, you know you about to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was also very angry back then. Like he's calmed down a lot. So
all in favor, we're still all in favor of pushing kids down every now and then.
I don't
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you don't have to look back. Yeah, I'll shove that nigga. Fuck
If
him.
they would hire me at Walmart to go around and do that to kids, I
There
would.
should be a position just go around just to flick a
Yeah.
kid if you see him having too
I
much
would
fun.
honestly volunteer.
How much you
Yeah,
get
it'd
paid?
be free.
I would
mu-
volunteer.
How much you think you should get paid for that?
More than minimum wage.
15?
But
Give me like minimum 15, and benefits.
Does this protect you from any kind of law enforcement?
yeah, it's a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, they
I
get
was
it.
hired to do this. Sue
Yeah.
Walmart. And
Walmart
let me
great.
sue Walmart because they hired me to do
This is
that.
why
job.
Target is lesser than Walmart. They don't let you push kids.
Target would do it, but if you allow us aggressive, they would just trip the kid every now and then.
Maybe Target could let you push adults.
Target won't let you push white kids.
Elderly. Target lets you push elderly.
Yeah. Oh, so my original question is, what uncommon thing would you like to see become more common? I absolutely think we should start bullying old people more.
Old
What
people are
is wrong
so
with you, old
sweet.
people?
Old people, listen, hear me out. I love old people, but I don't love all of them. I'm gonna say this and say this. The reason our world is the way it is because of these same old people we giving credit to, right?
Like
They-
baby boomers.
They
and
shaped
stuff.
this world.
True.
They did this. Tavares, our world is fucked because of them, not us, Tavares. We're 20 something.
So I agree with you that I don't really like old people, mind you.
They deserve.
But you know
they
best
deserve
thing,
to pay.
You know the worst thing you could do to an old person? Ignore them.
That's true as hell, bro.
Oh man, I'm no longer relevant and I'm about to die in a few years.
These niggas don't listen to me, and I can't shout.
And I can't shout.
So you said that the whole thing about you not liking old people is because most of them are racist.
Either yes, yeah.
So why would you want to interact with a racist old person?
Teach them a
True.
lesson. I think if we bully old people more, we teach the younger generation that like it doesn't matter your situation. Everybody is liable to get these hands.
Do you think they're going to change?
The old people or the young people
The
seeing
old
the old
people.
people. I don't. It doesn't matter. They're gonna die.
I was about to say, if you expect them to change,
The point-
So it's a waste of time.
It's
You're
not.
wasting your
It's not a waste of time. It's teaching a lesson. It's the.
Is
listen,
it though?
leading by example. So so it's the same thing about the vaccine. So we have old people do the vaccine first because if it doesn't work, well, they're out the door anyway, and we can find out. But if they
this
live,
true?
it looks good.
Is this true?
But so here's the thing. So if we start
Wait.
bullying old people more because of their bad past, we start leading by example and telling people, look what they did. Look at these old fucks, these old bitches. And look what they've done to us. Okay, you do what they did, you're gonna end up like this, and we're gonna push you down some stairs, chump.
Is that thing about the vaccine
Yeah.
actually true,
Yeah,
or is that an Eric dystopian?
Is that an
future?
listen? That's not like I'm saying factually. Old people in this country were given the vaccine first. They were prioritized on the list. Yes.
Are you gonna get vaccinated?
Yeah, I'll try to. I've been trying to, man. It's hard. This fucking shit was taken. I tried to fucking do it like earlier this week. All the slots in the entire state for like Starman was fucking taken, but whatever.
Are you gonna get vaccinated?
I'm on the fence.
He's not on the fence. He ain't got no choice. I
don't go out.
Well, you don't. I was just about to say you don't leave the house, right?
Yeah, I don't leave the house that much. I'm usually online.
Do you own a mask?
I do. I actually have one in the car.
You have to go. You have to have a mask to go to work, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, my job doesn't require me to actually, interact with people.
True.
It's just they choose to fucking do it because they're assholes. Oh, look at me! I'm in my driveway. I just so happen to be in my driveway at this point in time.
So it
Should be
sounds
like, this is not a job. This was not in my job description to interact with y'all.
It sounds. Go ahead.
Some of them actually, actually smart and be like, "Hey, can you just put it down right there?" Yeah, cool. I'll put it down right here at the beginning of your driveway, like you told me to, and it bounce. That's the way you do it. You don't tell me, "Yeah, bring it on here." What? Yeah, go and bring it on here and hand it to me. It's either I can be rude and possibly lose my job, or I can take it to him. Flip a coin.
Is there anything uncommon you guys would like to be more common than? Besides pushing kids.
You gotta push them kids.
And, bullying old people more. I won't say just straight up beating old people, but definitely giving them a hard time.
Anything having to do with not interacting with people.
You think that should be like the standard? Well, I think like nowadays,
Yeah,
you're
that's
probably
great.
it's looking more and more like that, man.
It's
you
great.
You get in your way.
As I should be.
You should give COVID an award for this, man. It's really shaped your life up for the better.
Honestly, I was laughing at people when this whole shit was the lockdown happened. Y'all in lockdown?
You're like, I'm already locked down.
Yeah, I'm already locked down. Oh, y'all didn't invest in your room and make it comfortable for you? Not my problem, because my
What do
shit
you
is comfortable as
mean?
fuck.
What do you mean comfortable?
Invest in your room, make it the scenery itself lovable. Niggas have a plain old room with nothing that they really want to. No decorations, no personal effects really.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
No.
So what's in your room?
I don't like I have a lot of electronics.
Oh, okay, like a gamer room.
I don't like shit that I can't
Not
use.
the hard R.
I don't like shit that I can't use. I don't see a purpose in them. I don't see a purpose in spending money on it.
Why is
Like
there
knickknacks? Sorry,
Yeah.
I keep cutting you
Exactly
off.
like knickknacks.
why is there a Wii U in your room then?
There's not a Wii U in my room.
Not anymore.
No, that shit was. I sold it when I got the Switch.
Oh
You should have gave
god.
it to me.
You wouldn't like it either.
I have one.
You fool.
How do you like
I
it?
also have a Switch.
How do you like the Wii U?
Switch it up.
I liked it, but I'm pretty sure it broke.
Did it die?
It's probably in the
Nah,
shop.
I was going to do a joke, and it wasn't a good joke.
I'm so glad you stopped it. His deck. The last time I was in his room, which is like over a year ago now.
What?
Because of COVID.
Oh,
His decorations was real. It was real dumb. I'm gonna say this.
That wasn't my fault.
you gonna take that slander?
He
No,
gonna
he's
take
right.
it. He ain't got no choice about it. It
It's
was
all the
like,
Game of Thrones bullshit.
yeah, like
My
he
my
wasn't.
dad.
He wasn't gonna get no pussy with that room.
That's not the room I get pussy in anyway.
What? You can switch. You got to a new room?
My bedroom, the one with the actual bed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
So what's the room we invested in?
You
The
have-
the
Office. It's
loft.
basically an office.
Okay.
You have 2 rooms?
Yeah, because it's me and my other brother. My other brother moved out. I have 2 brothers.
Just
One's
2
still
brothers.
living there. He's sometimes there, sometimes not. I have 2 sisters, but they don't live with me. If that's what
Right.
you're getting to.
How many pets are in there? Fucking up your vibe.
3. Only one's fucking my vibe, and that's Anu. But whatever. Yeah, that's not the room that I would invite women to. Because once again, they don't want to see that shit.
Facts.
I got a bedroom. Bedroom's fine. It's nice and clean. I keep it clean because I don't ever sleep in there.
I'm never in there.
I'm never in there. On the couch in the game room.
Period.
Slash office.
It's real easier for him to turn the game off and just lie down on the couch.
That's exactly what it is.
Did him to get up, go to the room, switch into his pajamas, and then go to bed.
I don't know. When I first moved into my apartment, I slept on my couch for like a solid 2 months.
You're not
I had
on
a
the
full
couch.
bed.
That's crazy. I also sleep on my couch. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
The only difference is you do it
It's
unwillingly.
not by choice. I don't have a choice. Is there anything uncommon that you would wish would be more common? She's twirling her
mean,
hair. You guys
I
can't see
think-
it.
I think mine was the pushing kids, so
She really hates those kids.
God, you hate those kids.
I can't think of anything else.
What exactly do you hate about kids?
They're just annoying.
You hate they're just short.
And I think
They're her height.
The issue is I can't talk to them like I would talk to anyone else. I gotta put a filter on.
Right?
Like, I don't want to do that.
I can't. I literally cannot do it. So did I tell you how?
No. To be fair, you can talk to some kids. Listen, you've talked to my son.
He's not really a kid. He's a tyrant. He's a Resident Evil tyrant.
How old is that guy again?
That kid, he is 12.
Okay,
I'm talking about kids.
Yeah, five around there.
I literally cannot interact with my niece. I can't do it.
Why not?
Because I'll just be saying, "Hey, what's up, little bitch?"
There's nothing wrong with that. She's not gonna remember that.
I either interact with her like a adult, or I try to put on like this stupid ass little tiny fucking baby filter. It doesn't feel right, and I can't. Yeah. I hate it. I hate it so much.
That's my thing. You can't talk to them like you would anybody else.
That's the thing.
You have to think about what you say. It's too much.
That's
too
crazy.
Much work.
That's crazy to me that you're saying is like, man, I can't interact with kids. I got to start thinking about what I do when I'm around them.
Yes.
That's
insane.
Thank
you. I'm constantly on autopilot. I don't want to turn on.
Yes. And then it's like they're always like spoiled and they pitch a fit over everything. If they're tired, my niece caused a whole scene just because she was hungry. Why can't you just tell us you're hungry? Why can't you tell us you want to eat?
Why can't you do all this?
You know what I do with my niece?
Why can't you've done everything on the list within the last week?
So Eric, you're my niece right here. We're gonna role play. You're my niece. You're sitting there. Hey Tavares, or hey Uncle Tvar, or whatever, and her. Yeah, there you go. Hey, how you doing? And I walk to my room.
Hey, that's my niece.
That's it. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
I dap her up. You know, I give her a little what's up.
She can't dap.
It's not about her. Is she 2 now? 3?
3.
Yeah.
3? Oh, she can't dap.
3?
I think she's about 3.
4? 3?
Definitely not 4.
3 and
definitely
4
not
are
4.
very
What
big.
you actually know?
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's a timeline of when we used to. It's closer to when we used to be at the dealership, and that's been 3 years for sure. Because that was at the beginning of 2018. That ended 2017.
Yeah, I know my niece's old age.
Fuck. Was it 2018? Yes, it was.
Was it
the beginning of 2018?
What you got pregnant? I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm always gonna remember your niece's age. Don't worry about it, bro. You got me.
Aww.
Appreciate it, Siri.
No problem.
What's the next on the
next on the list? We have one of my favorite questions to ask people. Skechers. We all know Skechers. We all hate Skechers. We as a community, right? Everybody.
Sketch it up.
Yeah, sketch it up. You know, you sketch on some hot shit for once.
Aye.
Question: could you be a Skechers ambassador if they require you to only wear Skechers the rest of your life, and whenever you're out in public to wear Skechers products?
Who wants to start this off?
I'm gonna start it off by saying I can't do it, no matter what the price is. I can't do my life only wearing my
Skechers. You ain't chasing
brand.
no bag.
I'm not that bag. Not that one.
That's a legal bag.
That's a legal bag.
So
an effortless bag.
That's all fine and dandy. You're limiting to me. What I wear is part of my lifestyle. It's part of who I am. You're limiting me by so much that I can't possibly want to do it. I can't possibly want to do it. I can't go outside and think I gotta wear these shape ups again for this movie premiere. I can't do it.
So
I can't let my feet light up again to go to this dinner date.
Well, before I go in, because this might change your opinions if I go. You gonna go?
I just feel like I would gladly hop into my G-Wagon with these Skechers on and have no shame. I would go wherever I wanted to go.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
With this bag, with these Skechers. Look at all these rich people that look like bums.
Right.
Adam Sandler looks like a bum all the time.
He's also not wearing Skechers. I want to add that.
You don't know that.
Thank you.
I can
How
see
do you
it.
know?
Because I can see in the pictures. That's what I'm saying. In all these pictures, you're saying of people, you know what they're not wearing?
Jorts.
Skechers. They are wearing jorts.
Also,
they long as hell jorts. I ain't gonna lie.
Also, that means you could just have really good outfits
with Skechers on the bottom.
They make so many different kinds of Skechers, bro.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're thinking like 2005 Skechers when they sold them at Walmart.
They still sell them at Walmart.
Okay, well they stepped up their game. They're at Rack Room.
How do you?
Off Broadway.
They were always in Rack Room.
Okay.
What is your proof that they stepped up then?
They got many different. They have a bunch of different styles, a lot of different colors. All I'm saying is, debt free.
Right.
Brand ambassador.
Okay.
So I'm kind of famous.
Right.
I'm verified.
You are the Skechers person. When they
I can get a G-Wagon.
Right.
Debt free.
Mm-hmm.
No student loans.
Mm-hmm.
Nice house.
Right.
Anything I want.
Right.
You pull
All
up
I
just,
have to do is wear Skechers.
Yes,
Bro.
But anything you want,
I'm gonna wear the Skechers.
that's crazy. That all makes total sense.
If I was getting that much
and I
money,
just can't do it.
I wouldn't even have to leave my house. I'm not even wearing shoes.
That's crazy. You're gonna want to leave your house.
So what you're saying?
Nobody's ever gonna want to stay inside forever.
What you're saying?
I would. I'm not saying forever, but by like the times I do go out, throwing some Skechers on, bro, that's nothing. I'm making however much I'm making a year, just by wearing some shoes.
Pull up on the G-Wagon. What do you think they're going to look at? Pull up a G with a big ass,
They're gonna see
big ass icy chain.
They're gonna see the Skechers shape.
Do you think
Don't lie to you. Don't lie to
Oh,
yourself.
he got Skechers on. Let me
Yes,
not
they will.
follow him.
No.
Exactly.
They'll
What are
see
you
the
talking about?
Skechers and be like, "Yep, there's a Skechers guy." Like that's it. You'll be the
No.
Skechers
That's
guy.
a Skechers guy. He has
That's it.
Skechers money.
Yes.
He's a lot of money.
Because
Yeah.
he got a G, like,
You'll be JoJo Siwa.
I think you got a lot of hate
To me, no.
to a certain
To
brands.
me, is like I am like we are a brand.
You wear
essentially.
Asics.
Whatever, but like we are a brand. My brand isn't Asics. My brand isn't Skechers. So whatever they pay me to do is like it'd be going against who I am and my brand.
See,
And
that's
that's
not
like,
true.
and that's like a
brands change.
it can change, but it's not me now.
So
and
you're-
like for them, they would have to pay me so much money that I would essentially want to even just completely shift their brand completely. It would be a total takeover haul. It wouldn't even be called Skechers by the time I'm done with it.
I feel like if I was
Because there's so many things I just think is fundamentally not for me with it.
if I had the money that they were going to give me to be a brand ambassador, I would probably still dress how I dress now. What's the difference of throwing some Skechers
Let's make it a
on?
job. Let's say they pay you $100,000 a year. It's not super rich. Like,
Just for wearing shoes?
you only wear Skechers still.
Done.
And that's your job.
I'm
That's
not
it.
going to make $100,000 a year in my job now.
That's true.
And I do a lot more.
Pay me $100,000 and give me the opportunity to design my own shoes.
But it has Skechers on the shoes. I'll say that. Okay.
$100,000 a year?
Nigga, put that S on there. Let me design the shoe. Put that S on there.
Thank
That's
you.
the thing I think is ugly about Skechers. I think shoe designs to me are messed up when it's letters. It's why I don't like New Balance and it's why I don't like Skechers, because having a giant letter on the side of a shoe I think is ugly.
It's
You
not.
didn't say giant. You
Yeah.
said it has to have an S on there. You didn't say how big it has
They're
to
not
be.
that big anymore like they used to be.
Most of them are still pretty noticeable.
Noticeable, but not huge.
Maybe not huge, but like if you think you can design a sneaker, Tavares, go ahead.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
sneakers nowadays are kind of simple, bro.
You're just gonna take sneakers. That's all I just heard.
Nah, 'cause
you're just gonna take what we've
What do
already
you
done.
have? You have like 2 or 3 different types of materials, and add some colors in there that go together. And take any design from any of these shoes. A lot of these shoes look the same, no matter what fucking brand they are. Just take
Yeah,
any of
because,
the designs and put them on Skechers.
because shoes are always going to be shaped like sneakers are always going to be shaped a certain
Yes.
way most of the time. Yes. But if you tell me like, hey, we're gonna have little Billy over here design your new Skechers shape ups, Tavares.
As long as you don't
Not
try to,
the shape ups.
you're not trying to do anything brand new. You're trying to make a
I
decent
would be.
looking shoe.
And
I
what if-
would be. That
what
would
if-
be brand new though for Skechers. That would be brand new.
But what if he's targeting for kids that can't afford a
That's
fancy
the thing.
shoes?
Skechers does.
Right. So he's going to
And
make a
that's-
stylish
and
shoe for
that's
them.
why they're ugly.
Eric hates poor people confirmed.
I
Thank
do.
you.
I hate broke niggas.
And you hate getting money, apparently. Because
I hate getting that money.
You hate yourself.
I hate you, bitch.
That's
You know,
such a
damn
easy
well you don't get as much
bag.
money as me.
Such an easy
Right.
bag to obtain.
It's fine. Like I'm saying, I know this is the illogical choice. This is the choice that's wrong, but it's the choice I'm
But you're
willing.
staying true to yourself.
Yeah, it's the choice I would stand by in every scenario.
If you
Like, they would have-
turn that down,
Like I would, they would have to pay me a lot to be with Reebok, but I'd do it. They would have to pay me a lot to be a giant fucking Shaq guy, but I'd consider it. Skechers, it's such a tough line because you're telling me my entire brand would be shoes made for single moms, and like I
Single moms.
first of all, my mom's not single.
didn't say your mom was single.
She wears Skechers.
Your mom's absolutely single. I'm sorry. So anyway,
I don't see a problem.
Well, we're gonna pull up in our nice cars
right
with our bags of money,
right.
wearing our Skechers while you just sit
And you know
here.
what? He's
Right.
so fucked up that he would still be like, "Ugh, what?" Skechers?
Exactly.
Like, what are you
He'd
just-
be like,
I'd
I'm
look at-
not your friend anymore.
I would look at your shoes and I'd be like, "Yep, I made the right choice."
and that's a problem. That's honestly a
I'd
problem.
wipe my
It
hands clean and
is.
say, looks like I made another right choice."
It's honestly a problem. You know, I used to, before we exit this topic, I used to go to James Martin, right?
Middle school.
Every fucking person there was
Ray
poor
J's
shit,
sister.
mind you. Every person had to also wear uniforms. Mind you,
Most schools.
It was so stupid that if you didn't have that little polo logo on your shirt, mind you, everybody had to wear the same kind of shirt, but if you didn't have that polo logo on there, you were getting teased. Mm-hmm. Nigga, you're poor. Where are you getting this money from? Nobody could afford it. It was always off-brand, mind you. But it doesn't matter because they had to be superior in some way.
Right.
It's the same thing with shoes.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying Skechers look ugly. I'm not saying Skechers the brand is stupid. I'm saying the brand is ugly because of the shoes they make and because they're designed to not look cool.
And what we're saying is, you've been telling me they can't pay you enough money
to only wear shoes I think aren't cool. Shoes. That would be telling me to only wear clothes I don't like for the rest of my life. That's what it would be. Wear clothes I don't like. Else. But I'd have to leave my house wearing something I didn't like.
You have to leave your house.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I'm an ambassador, I gotta go out and do stuff. I gotta be an ambassador.
Wasn't the contract.
But isn't that just like a job? Like we wear uniforms to job. Like
I don't wear.
We don't like the uniforms.
I don't wear a uniform to my job.
Okay, well I do. I don't like it.
It could be me, nigga.
But I do it for the money.
LOL.
I do it for the money.
You let niggas tell you what to wear for.
I have to wear this t-shirt.
You let niggas jack off in front of you.
This t-shirt.
You again, like some jobs I understand. Like there is a price you could pay me to say wear this to work. I understand that. You can't pay. You would have to pay me an irreasonable amount of money. You would have to make me Jeff Bezos times 2 to say you will be the face of this planet and Skechers.
Sketch it up.
Look. I'll start adding the logo or adding the slogan.
So Skechers, if you're hearing me out, I've actually always loved your shoes. And I'm actually wearing the SketchUp Shape Up model number 5s on my feet right now, guys. So if you guys want to hit our Instagram, Skechers, please. HQQ Podcast.
No, you can hit my Instagram because I want the bag.
Right.
You are not interested.
That's right. You, the fans, are not interested yet until you see our newest HQQ Podcast edition sneakers by Skechers. Thank you.
Let me stop you because I see you about to do it. And I hate doing this, but something just popped in my mind as a subject. Would you like to talk about your job?
Oh, sure.
I feel like that would be an interesting conversation.
Go ahead.
I think it is an interesting conversation.
Well, what about her job? Would you like to introduce? Would you like to tell people what your job is real quick?
You don't have to tell us where, just what you do exactly.
Yeah.
So I work in mental health at a jail.
How is it with your patients? Are your patients or?
The residents.
Residents.
Yeah, no longer inmates, they're residents.
Here we go.
And how is it interacting with them?
Interesting. Every day is different. Last week, like I was telling them, some residents told me to imagine them gangbanging me, masturbating in front of me all the time. There was a guy that
hypothetically, what if we were to tie you up,
God damn it.
put you on the bed, and have our way with you? How would it make you feel?
Set it looking me dead in my face. Also, so a lot of the times they'll say it indirectly to me, like y'all are having a conversation and I'm just standing here having another conversation and they'll be talking about me. Like one guy was like, I bet she has pretty feet to match her nails.
I think it need to be locked up.
One guy asked me to take my shoe off so he could see my feet.
What's up with feet? Does feet automatically trend to like go into mental health?
I have to imagine that. Like if you're somebody that was locked up for a while, any body part becomes desirable.
You think that nigga was locked up in a while, like for a while, and got that kink, or he didn't?
No, it might have been there before, but it might have only been amplified once he saw them nice nails.
You know, well, yeah, it's a lot of like people masturbating in front of me, trying to pull up on me when they leave. And unrelated, we had a guy that tied a sheet around the railing on the second floor.
I don't like where this is going.
I know this story.
And he tied it around his neck, as in like wanted to hang himself and jump. But he really didn't want to. He just wanted the attention. And he jumped, but the sheet was too long. So he hit the ground. And one of the clinicians that I...
Mental health is very important.
One of the clinicians that I worked with just effortlessly turned to his computer when he found out and was like, he should have tucked his knees. It would have given him a few more inches. A few more inches to not hit the ground.
I think the sheet would have stretched. And he still would hit the ground.
It wouldn't have worked. It still wouldn't have worked. It's a better idea, but it wouldn't have worked.
It's a heavy duty sheet.
But heavy duty. Well, when you say it like that.
But if that doesn't define how my job is, I don't know what does. For a clinician to say he should have tucked his knees, should have cannonballed off the top tier.
Do you feel like you guys are doing a good job?
Oh, we're doing a great job. We're doing a great job.
You really feel like you guys are making an impact in their lives?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, those are just the bad stories, but there's probably a whole bunch of good ones.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere.
Somewhere, like
probably somewhere here, there, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
You know.
But it is a lot of that nobody really wants anything. They just want to speak to me because I'm a woman.
And how is that on you?
Jail. Stressful.
Would you say your mental health is worsening while trying to make their mental health better?
I will say, like, the first couple months, it was rough because I look very innocent and I look easy to manipulate, and they take advantage of that. But once I kind of realized,
that's crazy.
Once I realized how to navigate, and like really see that they don't want anything, it's like a breeze. Like the other girl that I work with,
they don't want anything.
They never want anything. They just want to talk to me. One guy was like,
they want something.
He was like, I think I'm paranoid.
I was gonna say.
He was like, I think I'm paranoid schizophrenic. That's when you're afraid to be in your room, right?
Right.
And I was like, that's claustrophobia. And he was like, oh, well, I just wanted to tell you that you were beautiful. And then he left.
Oh, wait a minute. That's so nice.
That's nice.
Wait a minute.
Imagine just gangbanging you.
Wait, okay. I mean, levels. But that would be... Tavares, could you imagine going to your job and then like...
somewhere else.
No. Could you imagine like going to job, dropping a package off. Somebody comes to the door and says like, oh, hey, I just, hey, could you move this over? I can't reach it. And just like, and you tell them, you move it over. And then they say like, I also wanted to tell you, you look very nice today, sir.
No, because we're men and we don't get that kind of affection.
I was going to say, bro, like that's crazy. I do my job and then somebody just compliments me. It's just like, hey, you did a good job today. Thank you. I really like those shorts.
I will say, if you're a very insecure person, work in a jail. Because they will hype you up. I'm just saying, I always get compliments on my nails. That's
why she's working there, folks.
My hair. I'm working there to make a difference.
I promise it's to make a difference, not the money.
Yeah, it's good money.
I'm surprised you could actually put up with that. I know a lot of women who couldn't go through that.
I know a lot of people who couldn't, bro. That shit sounds rough every time.
I mean, my parents didn't want me to do it, and even like
they still don't.
They still don't. And even this girl that I work with, my coworker, like they don't try her. Because she's a very dominant female. Like she will tell us straight up, it's no problem. But they always try me because I'm always nice to them.
What's your coworker look like? What color is her skin?
No, we're not doing
that.
No,
I just want to troubleshoot.
What is the tone?
He's probably like the same skin tone as Eric.
Oh, there it is.
Oof.
Oh, there it is.
Are you telling me that what ethnicity do the residents tend to be that seem to say these awful things to you?
Black.
So they look at a light skin.
They've always been black.
They've always been black, and they're the ones.
Besides the one white person saying that he loved me.
Would you say you have not had a problem with a fair skinned resident?
Fair skin.
Light skin.
A fair skin.
A white person.
A fair skinned resident. Would you say you have not had an issue with them?
No.
Doing anything inappropriate or trying to say anything wrong to you?
No.
But you're only saying these. Darker shade.
It's always been. I had a guy, he just came back to the jail actually the other day, who stopped me.
To visit?
I thought he went to prison. He like robbed a car. He like took somebody's car with the baby in it.
Nigga say, nah, this shit ain't working
Let's
for me.
go.
I need higher security.
Literally. But no, so he stopped me while I was on the pod. and we're like talking through the crack of the door. So I'm like facing this way, and he's like in like at the crack of the door, just talking, and he was just like
the wall is like in between you guys.
The door.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm so upset because this COVID thing and my wife and my kids, and I'm looking at a long sentence and this and that, and complaining about my coworkers. So I look at him because I'm just like, this has nothing to do with me. You just saw someone today. And he takes a step back, fully masturbating the whole time. Fully.
So, explain to me. So it's not like when you talk about this, I imagine it's like bars. It's not bars, is it?
No, it's like a regular door, like a window. There's like a little window that you can see out of.
So it's a door with a window in it. And bruh is just doors closed or open?
Closed.
And bruh's just.
He takes a step back, fully masturbating. And I called him out on it. Like, I was like, you don't need mental health. You just want to talk to a woman. Cussed my soul out. Like, every time I see him, we argue. And the officer just lets us argue because he's disrespectful. And I called him out on it.
So because he's in there jerking off.
Exactly. And I called him out on it. And he'll be like, the last time I saw him, he was like, yeah, I masturbated in front of you last time, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it this time.
Fair point.
But he always does.
Always does. Every time. Every time.
Without fail.
He walks by briefly. He's like, see, I'm not doing it now. And then he just starts like, well, now I am.
Exactly.
This is not a laughing matter.
But no.
This is bad. I'm sorry this is happening
It's okay.
to you.
So those are like, those pods are like the whole. Like DDU, the whole. So they don't come out. If they come out, they have to be like shackled. So we talk behind the door, which opens it up for them to masturbate because they're behind the door. Whereas anywhere else, I just have them come down, come out of their cell and come talk.
I see my window. I must operate quickly.
Look. They will flag you down like crazy. I need to talk to mental health. Screaming. And then don't let them figure out my name because I'm going to have requests for me and they don't want anything. What do you do? You asked for me. You should know what I do if you're asking for me.
What do you do so I ask for you more?
Exactly. Well, how can you help me? What do you need? I had someone.
So what brings you here?
Exactly. I had someone ask for me, and he said the same thing. He's like, "Well, what can you do for me?" Luckily, just a sweet guy. Didn't do anything crazy. I suspected it though. I was like, "Let me see your hands."
I had to think about it.
Yeah, I was like, "Let me see your hands." But he was cool, and a lot of
Wait a minute, pause. What?
Huh?
Let me see your hands. He said that to you?
I said that to him.
Oh,
because he was behind his door. You never know. You just start seeing the motion.
Tavares, I want to stop this to realize, like, I've never. I can't imagine a job where you go in and you're surprised. It's like, I can imagine working in porn and seeing somebody jerk off. I can't imagine going to a job and then like, oh wow, that's what you're doing over there again.
No, she's
every time I see you.
I couldn't do that shit.
No, it's not. Well, the thing is, like, when they do that, you just cut off contact. So luckily, I have like a good group, a good team. Whereas, like, if I don't feel comfortable seeing someone, then they'll go see them for me if I have to. So, like, there's one guy that was harassing me for my social media. Like, he wanted my Instagram. He wanted my first name. It's all last names there. And he was just like, well, when I get out, I want to see you and this and that. And I know this is your job and I would never do anything to affect that. And then proceeded to show me, like, the imprint in his pants.
I thought you were going to say, like, a dick in the sand.
What? Basically the same thing.
Right.
How are you asking you for your social media? They get locked up.
He's like, I'm getting out soon. I'm here for bank fraud. That's it.
Bank fraud. Niggas sent me to here. Niggas said I was crazy for this shit.
See, I'm normal. I just fraud a couple people.
Yeah.
It's not fraud.
I promise I'm good.
Yeah. But then you just kind of wonder, like, wow, people really think like that. Like, there was a guy who believed that white women are sacrifices. and that he drinks their blood, and he thinks that black women.
Nah, keep that nigga locked up.
Can we get him on the podcast?
Nah, that nigga did not.
Black women should be treated as queens. He's married to a white wife.
That's a sacrifice.
Yeah,
clearly.
exactly.
No,
sacrificing what? Like, is he just gonna murder her at some point? What's going on here?
He drinks her blood, apparently. But he's like, I have 7 master's degrees. I have all these
none of those
things.
help you with your problem.
Exactly. And I'm like, and you're in jail.
Dr. Umar tripping.
Umar, no.
But it's a lot of, like, one guy's like, I'm going to be the president of Africa.
He could be.
He's in jail.
Oh, poor Lord.
Or also bank fraud.
Bank fraud.
$500,000 worth.
Nigga, fraud, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ja Rule need to be in there.
Are you noticing a correlation between like the type of crimes the people have done to get in there, and then like the actions they do to you? Like, is there any correlation you may have noticed? Like, certain people that have done this crime act a certain way towards you, or anything like that?
It's mostly a lot of like people with like who had drug money out here, who had like either like they were drug dealers. That's mostly it. Nobody with like I had one guy, and I remember him because he's Hispanic, but he's a ginger. Of course you're gonna remember that.
How the fuck did that work anyway?
Right. And he
Canelo Alvarez.
Nigga, who?
That's a boxer who like, he looks a little gingerish to me.
Little ginger. Little ginger.
A little gingerish.
I continue. Sorry.
But he was just like, I was like, oh, how are you doing? I was checking to make sure he was going to his appointment to continue his meds because he has severe mental illness. He killed his girlfriend. And he was like trying to flirt with me. I was like, bro, you think I don't know why you're here? Why?
I treat you different.
No.
Sorry, that doesn't make fun of that.
I learned this time.
But most of it is a lot of people who had like big money out here. So like drug dealers is like the biggest one. And maybe like, yeah, not necessarily murder, but maybe like assault with a deadly weapon. You know, nothing like
Nothing too crazy. Just assault with a deadly weapon.
No, but a lot of like lately, it's been a lot of homeless people because it's cold.
Yeah.
So it's like minor stuff like trespassing and stuff like that. But it's like the drug dealers; they want to take care of me. What can I say?
That's a very innocent face.
They really do. I don't know what.
Yes,
I think because we're so opposite. It's very interesting. It's very rewarding at the same time. Once you weave through, I've met a lot of people that I like really care for and wish for their success.
What's it like working with pigs?
Not really fun. They're very gossipy.
Honestly, because I was sitting here writing it down, like what I have to do, I thought you actually meant pigs. Like,
No, I did. That's right. You're glad you caught on. Are you telling me cops chit chat?
I will say
They chatty Cathy's out here.
I will say there's very few that I confide in, that I really enjoy being around. I just try to keep good rapport for my safety.
Right.
I did get a mask of like the sheriff's thing. Will not wear it. If I wore that home,
you have to pay for it?
it was free.
Yeah,
My
it better be.
dad would
we see.
cuss me out. So I don't wear it.
How's
And my other coworker wore hers, fully got roasted.
Fully got roasted.
Yeah, they were like, "So you're the feds?"
I mean, you guys. I mean,
She was like, "It's a free mask," and I was
got-
like, "Girl, mine's still in the package. I will not wear it."
would you say you're a part of the feds,
No,
even though you do work in conjunction with them?
no, because I'm coming at it from a mental health perspective, whereas they're coming from it as like a custody law type thing.
From a bitch
There's a lot of
perspective.
There's a lot of people that have explained to me why they're in jail, and I'm just like, bro, why are you here? Like, I understand where they're coming from, whereas like they just look at them as a number and their charge.
Yeah, no, she's speaking truth there.
No, I agree, but it's just like, I would say, from an outside perspective, the fact that you're able to be around them,
Around
even
cops.
even though your goal is to help the residents.
Well, they're not really cops. They're like COs.
Nah, they're
But
fuck 'em.
it's a lot of pushback from our side because we are coming from a different approach, and a lot of it is mental health related things. So like when you look at someone that's consistently homeless, they normally have undiagnosed, untreated mental health, whereas they're acting out because they need meds, whereas custody sees it as like they're doing too much. Like I saw a guy get sent out handcuffed and everything for a situation that happened because an officer was picking on him. And I was tearing up. I'm very sensitive. And that dude reminds me of my dad. And like seeing him handcuffed and taken out when I know that officer was nitpicking him and trying to start a thing and he didn't get in trouble for it. I felt some kind of way. So I don't know. It is what it is.
So fuck the police.
Can you say fuck
Period.
12 on the public record?
No.
We try to get her, folks.
We'll get her next time.
Maybe next time.
What you got?
What is
Oh, God.
I hope that got so deep for no reason.
I just the last thing I just want to add is just like what is some of the more fun moments you've had at your job? Is there any times you've been at work and you've had like moments of like joy around the residents?
Without the masturbation?
We play games.
You're killing me, man.
We play games. So like we have a mental health pod, 2 mental health pods, 1 female, 1 male, and we'll like play games with them. And it's a fun time. Like those 2 pods are very chill. The people have been screened. They're very like respectful and stuff, and they're very funny. There was a guy that came back from the eye doctor, and he had those little like shades that you wear when you're dilated, and he looked like one of the 3 blind mice. That was very funny.
That was very rude of you.
But he was just like posted up.
Wonder.
He was just like posted up in the slider, like waiting to be let back in. And I like looked over, and I felt bad laughing, but I had to laugh.
Wait, bro went to the eye doctor? You got health insurance?
It's free. He had like trauma to his eye, but I mean, the residents they're funny. Like when they're respectful and they're not doing anything out the way. Like I really enjoy interacting with them, all of them, because a lot of them just want to vent. And they want to be heard.
Yeah.
And they're funny. So, it's good times.
We're going to end this off with one simple question to our guests.
Oh, gosh.
Can you name 5 Jay-Z songs? And why do you hate hip-hop?
5? 5 Jay-Z songs?
Yes.
Okay. The one with Alicia Keys.
Can you name it?
Something New York. The one with Kanye.
Can you name it?
I don't want to say it. The Paris one.
I'll give you one.
The one with Beyonce.
Can you name it?
Drunk in Love.
Okay.
That's 2.
We're at 2 for sure.
Okay.
The New York one I'll give you. We're at 3.
Okay, this guy told me about a Jay-Z song today.
Don't say this guy. Just
is
say
American Dream? Is that a Jay-Z song?
I don't look to me. I don't give a fuck about Jay-Z.
Thank you.
I thought that. I
Can
guess
we
that
do
is a song.
Kanye songs?
No, the whole point. Listen.
Those are the only ones I know.
Can we
He
get
has
people
a
to
song.
actually know?
He has a song with Frank Ocean called Biking.
The original point of this question is: you are a big. Would you say you're a big rap fan?
I wouldn't say huge.
You wouldn't say huge.
No, because I went through a good like alternative phase.
But at this point, at any point in life, you wouldn't say you're a big rap fan, even now.
I mean, I listened to it a decent amount.
And you don't know Jay-Z songs. He's one of the biggest rap artists of all time. And you can't.
It's just not my style.
And you could hardly, like, you haven't heard his songs on the radio.
You wouldn't have dinner with him.
I don't listen to the radio.
You never did?
No,
Who's for
not
radio
really.
nowadays?
But Jay-Z's been famous since like 1990s. And she can't name anything, Tavares.
Too long for me.
Too long. Tavares,
I know. You could
He
tell.
was around during 9/11.
Oh my god.
Around. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
You could
What a
say,
coincidence.
You could say Kanye. I could probably name 5. I could probably name 5. Who else is like popular around like Jay-Z's time?
I'm saying, to me, it's the size thing. It's Jay-Z is one of the biggest rappers of all time.
I could do 5 Drake songs.
Okay, can you name? It's not real hip hop. Hip hop. Could you name 5 Tupac songs? Could you name 2?
2?
Could you name 2?
What's that? Keep your head up. Gotta
Okay.
keep your head up.
Look at me. I have a bad memory. I'm not gonna remember shit.
I got nothing. What about Ice Cube? Today was a good day.
Can you name
Wasn't
2?
that him?
Yeah, that is him. Can you name a
Today
second
was a
one?
good day. No.
I don't know why you would mention if you could.
Who else? Who else?
All right,
Who
great.
else?
All right, who's a
Like 50 Cent.
No, Bone
Does he
Thugs
count?
and
name
Harmony.
5 50 Cent songs?
Okay.
Go.
21 Questions.
Okay.
In the Club.
Mhm.
Okay.
Candy Shop.
Yeah.
Minutemen? Mini-Men?
We'll give
Minutemen?
you 4. We're at 4.
Okay.
Minutemen.
Okay. I'm like, which one is it? Don't tell me.
We won't.
Oh, that
How are you snapping with
Go.
those?
Huh?
How are you snapping with those nails? Sorry.
Go the birthday one. Go Shawty,
You
it's
already
your
said it.
birthday.
You already said that was in
That's
the club.
in the club?
It's in the club.
Oh my! And that was it, guys. Welcome to that was episode 7 of the Hey 7 8. I don't fucking
7.
know. Yeah, thanks. That was episode 7 of the Hey Cook Question podcast. Stephen A.T.'s letting you guys hit you with the outro. Samara, say bye to the people.
I don't know why you keep going with the Stephen A.T.'s. You have nothing on Stephen A. Smith. Nothing.
I don't understand that reference.
Nothing.
I talk about sports.
You're short.
I talk about sports.
You're
sometimes.
a short black man. You're
What is
short.
he?
Me and him both can't wait to bash Kyrie. Samurai Black, could you please tell the people where they can find you one more time?
Yeah, my Instagram is SamaraK _ SAMARAKAY.
Tavares, what's your where can people find you at one last time?
I mean,
Until next week.
Deep Fried Senpai on Twitter. Shout out to Mellow Ball.
Whoever that person is.
What?
Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh my God!
Twitter.
Okay, so here's the last thing I want to say about this before we're ending out here. Please, okay, this is the very local part of the actual podcast where the Charlotte part of me is coming out. Charlotte Hornets, we're having the best season we've ever had in the last like 5 to 10 years. Okay, and everything was going great. LaMelo Ball was going to be the rookie of the year. He was our light skin savior. He is our light skin savior. He's going to save Charlotte basketball
Anymore.
and take us to new heights. And he will next year because he's now out of he's now done for this year because he fractured his wrist on a little fall, and the city of Charlotte can't have anything. We can't have anything good for ourselves for a limited amount of time. It's only a matter of time for Michael Jordan fucks us over and gets rid of him, and he wants out. But until then, we're gonna have a blast. I just need my man to go to Cookout and get some more of the Cajun fries. Get well soon. Follow me on Twitter at YourPalYeehaw. Follow me on Instagram at YourPalYeehaw. Follow the podcast, Twitter, Instagram, HQQ Podcast. Like and subscribe. Please leave reviews. We need it.
Why are y'all's handles so easy? I had to spell mine.
When did you make your handle?
My name. When?
Yeah.
When I first made it.
But
it's my name.
no, but like when?
What do you mean when?
When did you make your Twitter? When did you make your Instagram?
I don't have Twitter.
When did you make your Instagram?
Like when Instagram first came around.
Do you have a time frame in that, man?
No, I don't know. But who knows how to spell Samara?
I was gonna ask, like she said, like there's such an easy handle. My point was, well, when did you make it? And it was just
because
like
all you have to do is say your pal whatever and Deep Fried Senpai, but nobody knows how to spell Samara. Same name as the girl from The Ring.
I didn't watch The Ring.
Name is Symmetra. People not spell that.
Huh?
Symmetra? Hey, I'm not even here. I guess that reference.
What a fucking dork.
What is that?
Like and subscribe. Please leave reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Thanks, guys. Thanks for bopping with us. We'll see you guys next week.